Yeah, so after Meredith purchased Time Inc., they did a wholesale review of the entire portfolio, and they announced early on, maybe about a year ago, that they would be selling Time, Fortune, Sports Illustrated, and Money. So that's been out there in the public, a very public sale process. Time was the first one to be sold, and quite frankly, it's difficult. It's an iconic brand. And so it is, and even ask the Meredith guys that didn't have the Time Inc. history. I came from Time Inc., so I sort of part of that history. The Meredith guys are new. They get there, and 6 months later, they've sold sort of the brand that started it all. But even by the time they sold it, they were sad. They're all these brands that are held for sale are all profitable. But they just didn't fit who we were approaching. They didn't fit. They weren't the same as the 1 in 2 women that we reach with people. And so the ad dollars are not the same. You could do it, but you're talking about different ad clients, different consumers. And so they became sort of the outlier. And Time also does a lot of daily news. Heavy news content is difficult these days. It's a different business model, and so we just thought it wasn't efficient. We thought somebody else could do it better and invest in it. But as Meredith Corporation got to know the Time brand, they found it difficult emotionally to get rid of it. So look, it's a wonderful brand. I feel really happy for everybody that's with the brand. With the new owner, they're going to invest in it, is my opinion, and it's going to be great. An addition of people at newsstand every 1.5 seconds, for instance. With every issue, it has a reach of 100 million people in the U.S., 1 in 2 women, 1 in 3 of all U.S. adults. Then you combine that with Entertainment Weekly, which is also, that's entertainment content, people as celebrity and royals content. That Entertainment Weekly has a significant reach. How can we put these together and reach even more people, reach even more consumers? How can we be in front of this avid base when they're not picking up an issue, when they're not online, when they're not social, because we have those covered. And so we thought, let's get in front of them and television. What differentiates it is going to be the content. It started as an OTT play, video on demand, on Roku, on Apple, on Chromecast, on Amazon, on Pluto, Philo, as many platforms as you can think of in the US is where it now is. And as we create more content, we then could do linear channels. So live television 24 hours a day. When you start and you're making your own content, you don't have enough to run a 24-hour channel. Now we do. And so we launched recently as a linear program, but it competes, to your point, against 100 other channels. So what sets us apart? Why would somebody click on People TV as they're scrolling through the menu on their Apple TV? Well, hopefully it's because they know the brand, and once they look to see what they have, it's the same access, it's the same storytelling that they've been reading for years from the newsstand or as a subscriber, just turned into live TV or recorded TV. We also have the access backstage, red carpet, behind the scenes during award season. And so we get that intimate truth-telling where the celebrities are comfortable with us, they know us, and that's hopefully what sets us apart from other television choices. So right now it's a modest international strategy. Right now we're looking at licensing, and sometimes we operate and do programmatic sales into countries, but a lot of our business, the day-to-day opportunities, is finding competent, expert media companies who know their country, they know the ad clients, they know their consumers, and they want our brand because it's trusted, and they want our content because it's quality, and so we do some sort of licensing partnership. As I mentioned, we just launched People Television in Singapore. That's a licensing deal with StarHub. Last year alone, we launched Food and Wine in Mexico, Food and Wine in Italy. We launched Fortune in Italy. We launched InStyle as a weekly in China. So, these things are happening, but it's all by license now. Now, will there be some sort of bigger growth strategy, acquisitions, things like that? We're always looking at that. But just from a company perspective right now, we're looking at these 4 brands that we're selling. Time's gone, Fortune's gone. We're concentrating on Money and Sports Illustrated. Once those are gone, we pay down debt, quite frankly, and then we look to see where the growth opportunities are. So for right now, until then, licensing is our core strategy, and if you don't do licensing well, it should be very profitable. We've found it to be hugely important. So for a while, it seemed like, at least in the US, media were chasing numbers, chasing mass. They wanted to be Facebook. They wanted to compete with Google. And then, I think it was a relatively quick realization that, wait, that's not what we offer. We don't offer mass to our advertisers. If they want mass, we can't compete with Facebook and for them to purchase advertising. What we offer are trusted brands. We've been around, some of these brands have been around for more than 100 years. Successful Farming was started in the 1800s. In Iowa, it's still one of the most successful publications that Meredith has. And so if you're around that long and you have quality content, you have trust. And in this day and age, with so much available, and we saw presentations about fake news and how it trends and how it drives action by people. I think even, obviously we can talk about it being more important, and I think that it is, and the challenge then is to make sure that we get out in front of people too.